This is the only time you'll see black in the American flag is when you burn it. Ain't no black. This country don't represent us. We tired of it.
I'm here to make my voice heard. I'm here to join all the other voices protesting for the dignity of Black lives. It's enough is enough.
I'm just tired and I'm overwhelmed with things that are continuously happening, and it's very sad we have to get to this point to continue to still do this.
So I feel like I'm doing my part here to show solidarity, show support. My community is all too familiar with bigotry, to violence, and I think I want to be here to stand together with my black siblings in any ways that I can, in any form.
I'm feeling mad. I'm feeling angry. I'm feeling hurt by all this shit that's going on, by everything that's going on.
We just want everyone to understand that we are all human.
It took a fucking tragedy for our voices to finally be heard, and it feels really good to be out here right now. And these motherfucking cops don't scare me. I'm out here because George Floyd's voice needs to be heard.
Martin Luther King said, remaining awake during a great revolution. And that's what we're here to do. We stand woke. We realize we're in the midst of a great revolution. Trump is not an act of force. He is an act of desperation of a country that is trying to maintain the status quo.
I'm an Army veteran, and him saying that he wants to pull up the Insurrection Act and send active duty troops into American cities boils my blood.
Bro, he brung him out because he's scary. That's why he brung him. He's scary. He's scary. He's scary.
Trump's behavior is absolutely despicable. He is calling for war on his own people. He has no regard for human life, no regard for his citizens. He is resorting to violence in the worst kind against his own people and should be ashamed.
Breonna Taylor. From the day that he got into office, he has instigated fear, flamed hatred and anger. He has impacted, a number of marginalized communities, consistently, stoked xenophobia, targeted our LGBTQ community, obviously has not been friendly to the black community, to the Latinx community, to the immigrant communities, and the list goes on.
And the system of exploitation in this country is coming to an end. Police having impunity to brutalize people in this country is coming to an end. Quote the great philosopher Chris Rock, there are certain occupations you can't have a few bad apples. You can't have airline pilots and 99% of them are good, but a few of our bad apples like crashing planes in the mountains. That would be unacceptable. Well, because their bad apples are primarily killing poor people and people of color, running to their house, murdering them in their beds, shooting them in the street, choking them to death, breaking their necks, shooting them 50 times. This is acceptable to the power structure.
You hear so much people complaining about the protesters, but look what we showed up with. They're here with tanks, with shields, with guns. It's clear who's here for violence and who's not.
Bro, justice for me is for not just all the white, all the cops. Stop racially profiling us, because everybody mad at white cops. Nigga, the black cops be the main ones really racially profiling us. Justice for me is everybody being held accountable for their actions.
I think that it's more important now than ever to vote. This is probably the most consequential and the most important election of our lifetime. We all have investment in this. It's no longer about one community, it's about this entire community. So I think, more than showing up to protest in solidarity, we have to register to vote, and we have to get out there and make sure that we are heard this election, and make sure that he is not long. We need a competent leader, and that's not Donald Trump.
I will never stop coming out until this shit is over. I'm so tired. And this has only been my life for 1 week.
When we say Black Lives Matter, it does not mean that all lives don't.
We are drawing a line in the dirt that's now quickly becoming wet cement, that this is now no longer acceptable. And we're going to have change whether they want it or not, and we will have equality and equity, and a democratic socialist system that works for everybody is going to work for nobody.
We want change! We want change! We want change!